there, it's Snow City Tarot, and I have a pick a card reading for you, and the topic for today is going to be, what do they find most attractive about you? So this is like physical attributes, and I suppose if, given the cards that I've used, it might be some like personality traits too, but I was hoping for like physical attributes, but I don't know if that's going to work out, but I will let you know what people find attractive about you. So yeah, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a minute, think about your person, and I will get started. The description box will have timestamps. Also, I have an Instagram account, Snow City Tarot /Instagram, or Instagram /Snow City Tarot. So if you want like small updates on what I'm doing, I'm also doing daily. Not daily, but like every 2 days, I'm going to be posting like a general reading, really short, just to kind of summarize the next 2 days for you. So, feel free to follow me there. Yeah. So pick your card. Don't listen to me and talk anymore. All right. So we're going to start with 1 over here, and I'm going to try to put these in a place where I'm not going to forget what's what. That's 2. That's 3. That is 4. That is 5. Okay, so yeah, I did pick a ton of cards for this, so hopefully this won't go for a million years, because it is 9 o'clock at night, and I'm fading. Alright, so, group 1, what they find most attractive about you. We've got, it's safe for you to love. The King of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Hearts, the Empress. Got a lot of royalty here. The Two of Hearts, the Fates, Never-Ending Story, Father, Judgment, the Tower, and Martyr. So, I'm going to be reading these intuitively. If I do find that I remember any of the meanings of these oracle cards without the book, then I will state those too if I find them pertinent. So, let's see here. What does this person find attractive about you? Well, physically attractive, we're going to go with. Or actually, it might be more than that. So, it's safe for you to love. What about this could this possibly mean? You may be somebody that is like open to expressing their appreciation to people. Let's see here. You might have dark hair as well. We're looking at a fiery personality, perhaps. Well, maybe not, because we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is fiery, but we do have the King of Hearts, which is water. I'm not really picking up any particular sign here, but you could be, well, I don't see any air, so you could be an earth sign, a fire sign, or a water sign. You could be a Sagittarius, or I'm sorry, I think it's Taurus. No, is it Sagittarius or Taurus? I can't remember which one the Empress is. But I think though, so you're in the King of Wands energy, so you're probably like really fiery, really passionate, and really good leader. Not quite Emperor leader, because we don't have the Emperor here, but I guess this would be the next best thing, because I feel it's like the mini Emperor. Because they're both fire signs. They're both kind of the same. They're both kind of fiery and get up and go. They're passionate people, and they're very warm and kind of welcoming. So you might have a really warm, welcoming personality. We got the Page of Pentacles, which is somebody who does projects, as someone who studies. So you might be really like, you might, I mean, you're not like the you're not the smartest page, but no. No, yeah, I do think that you probably have some book smarts under your belt, and your person really likes that about you. They might be somebody who likes, well, I wouldn't say that they're like, with all this, I wouldn't say that they're like sapiosexual, but, you know, the sapiosexuals, the people attracted to brain smarts. But they might have a little bit in there. They might find you kind of attractive if you're like kind of nerdy in that way. But I think they do that. They see that you have some kind of like powerful like leadership qualities, and they really like that. With the heart of the King of Hearts, I feel like they might find. Oh, for God's sake, pick up the card. There we go. Okay, sorry. I was trying really bad, really hard to get this. Let's see. We've got affectionate, passionate, and artistic. So you might be an artsy fartsy type, and you might like, and they might like that about you. You also might be a little bit on the moody side, and it might not be like something that they're like, oh yeah, they're moody. But it might be something that kind of like intrigues them in the sense that like they never really know what's going on. Maybe they like that mystery about you. Or maybe they just like not knowing what to expect, because it's not moody all the time, it's moody at times. So they might kind of like that. The Empress is here. I would say that they probably find you, if you're a woman, very feminine. Like childbirth and hips feminine. And they probably find you really nurturing and nice. Maybe you have a green thumb. But yeah, if you're a woman, they find you very, very feminine. If you're a man, I think they just might find you very nurturing, like you take care of people, and it's a very nice quality to see. It's a very soft quality. It's not like, I don't know, it's just like a very soft quality. It's in a person. It's nice. We've got the Two of Cups, so we've got, I don't know. There's artistic ability, so I think it's going back to that artistic ability here we have with the King of Hearts, and also the King of Wands. We've got talent, loving exchanges, love letters, good news, affections, emotions, children, pregnancy, emotional excitement. I don't know. I think this might be just like they enjoy how you make them feel, just in general. Perhaps you bring about a very youthful feeling to them. That, or maybe you have kids and they think that's really attractive that you take care of your kids, or you're a good parent. Because we also have the Empress here, which is that other emphasis on children. Because the Empress is the basically the mommy card. Perhaps, though, I'm seeing like very mixed messages here, because we got the mommy card here, but we have the father card here. So some of you are going to be men, some of you are definitely going to be women. So whichever the case in this, they appreciate your ability to prioritize your kids. Let's see. The Fates. Oh my goodness. What does this tell me? The Fates. The Fates tell me that they think that there's like some kind of fated thing. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what this means. I like these cards, but I have to read the book most of the times. I think from what I remember, this is like a card that tells you to kind of like hang on and wait for things to kind of come together. So maybe you're a very patient person. And we see this here as well, very patient person here, because they are sitting on top of this sand clock. Sand clock? Sand timer. Sand clock. I don't know the name of it. Sand timer? Maybe? Yeah. But yeah, we've got this issue here. with time as well. So I think it might be indicating that you're actually very patient. I get the sense though that you're a little bit melancholy, and maybe they're kind of attracted to maybe that melancholy aspect of you. Just realize that most of this reading is upside down for you. I'll fix it. So I think that they see that you do have some like melancholy behavior, and they might be that type of person that's like wants to pick you up, basically. After seeing that, like they're the type of person that wants to take care of you. That says more about them than it does you, but I think though that somehow they find your need for help attractive, I guess is what I'm saying. If you're a woman, you might be very, let me see here. I don't know. Like physical attributes though, what do they find attractive? Well, I don't know. I feel like these ones are so very generic. If I said anything about them, it would sort of be meaningless, like saying like, oh, you have nice brown hair, or you've got nice arms, or, you know, some of these things here. So I might stay away from that, but I do get like a brown-haired vibe here. Like if you are a person, you do have brown hair, maybe brown eyes. We've got a lot of brown-haired people here, actually. This guy's brown-haired, this guy's brown-haired, or that's black-haired. You might be tan. Maybe they like that as well. Like I said, this card here makes me think this person finds you attractive in your parenting skills, or just your general like presentness. What's the word? I guess just being an active participant in your family or your kids' lives. We got the Martyr card. So if they know you well, I think they might see that you tend to take on too much at a time for everyone else. So I think that you're willing to, you're not going to be the person that walks away from something challenging if it means that it's going to help multiple people. Or help people in general, actually. But because I have these leadership qualities here, I get the feeling that this has something to do with, what does it have to do with? Like a group. Like you might be act like a martyr for a group of people. Like whether it's a family, friends, colleagues, things like that. We've got the Judgment, and we got the Tower. First thought, maybe they like your butt. That's a thought. Because that does come up. I'm reading these intuitively. If I notice the butt, it might be what they're looking at. Because I don't think that they're interested in your trumpet skills or your boating skills. Well, these aren't boats. These are coffins. So I don't think, I mean, unless you can raise the dead, maybe they appreciate that. In some instances, people can raise the dead. I mean, not like, they're definitely not like, no, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, if you're like dead, you can get brought back. It's very possible. Maybe you're an EMT. Maybe they like that. Maybe you can literally bring people back to life. That would be really interesting. Maybe they find that interesting. We got the Tower. So this could mean a couple things about your physical appearance. This could mean that you're tall. It could mean that you kind of look rough, I'm sorry to say. But then again, these are things that they find attractive about you. So you could be, like I said, tall. You could be kind of rough looking. I'm assuming that if you're a man, you're rough looking. If you're a woman, you might just be devastatingly beautiful, I'm going to say, because it is the Tower. That is devastation. You might be, I don't know. The Tower, I always see severe looking features. Not severe in like a bad way, but like features that maybe you look a little intimidating, a little scary. Because when I've read this card before for other physical attributes, I always got the feeling that this meant intimidation. Like you have a very strong presence, like, you know, that struck by lightning sort of presence. And I think that they find that very attractive. Yeah, so if you're not tall, you're just very severe looking. But in a good way. Like, I don't know how to... Like, to me, severe looks like... who looks severe? But, like, Liam Neeson looks severe. He's got, like, very angular facial features. So, but he's still attractive. So that's, like, my example there. Or I wonder if can I think of, like, a female who has a severe face? What's her name? God, her name is escaping me. Man, she's the lady who played Hela in Thor. She's another person who has severe features. Very intimidating looking, but gorgeous. Yeah. Anyway, so that's you, Group 1. I hope that was thoroughly flattering. And I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe and tell me what you think. And I will see you in the next video. Alright, Group 2, this is you. Group 2, what do you got here? We got Child Eternal. We've got Child Wounded. Alright, that's interesting. We've got the Five of Cups, the Five of Wands. We've got the Five of... What is this up with fives? You guys let me know what these fives are about, if that means anything to you, because there's certainly a lot of them. The Chariot. We have the Fool. I have a feeling this person thinks you are very young. We got the Moon. They also think you're mysterious. We got Honeymoon. We've got more moons. We've got the Regeneration card and the Orphan. This person has a very interesting interest in you, in the sense that you've got like 4 cards relating to childlike sort of qualities. Like, we've got Child Eternal, Child Wounded. We've got the Fool, which is a childlike energy. We've got the Orphaned card to show that, like, you're like a hurt child. Like, it's kind of weird. This person might want to parent you a little bit or something. Let me see here. What do we got? Child Eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things through fresh eyes. Or we have Child Wounded, which awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So I do believe that this is like, you do have a very youthful energy, but you also have an energy where you see people with similar qualities to yourself, and you can identify that. And you kind of like can see that as an opportunity to help that person. And I think that somehow they've seen this quality in you and they find it very attractive. There's definitely like some kind of sadness around you as a person. The Five of Cups here is this mourning card. And we also have the Five of Rods here, which is this conflict. So if they understand anything about you, it's that you have a history with some kind of conflict or some kind of condition or state where you are in basically a state of suffering. And somehow, despite it all, you're still kind of persevering and helping others. And that is kind of what I think this is getting here. I do think that you have a very, very feminine nature, though. Like, you must appear very feminine, and you must have a lot of, like, feminine hobbies and feminine crafts and things like that. Things that you like to do are just very ladylike. And so you won't be the type of person who's going to be repairing cars or, like, big game hunting or whatever. You're going to be somebody who's doing these very soft, lady hobbies, and you probably have a very feminine appearance as well. The Chariot. Yeah, I still get this sense of perseverance despite some of these struggles here, and they are very interested in how you do that every day. I'm trying to think what else this might tell me about you. I feel like you might have red hair or strawberry blonde hair, perhaps, and they find that very unique. Maybe pale skin. I have another blonde here too, so you might be blonde. We also have another blonde here, actually. We do have some people with dark hair, but I'm seeing predominantly blonde-haired people. These guys are also kind of dark hair, so it could go either way, but for the most part, I was really drawn to the blonde hair here, and I think maybe that's what I'm supposed to be attracted to send a message to some particular person. But you can have any color hair, and this person would still find you attractive. Let's see here. But yeah, you have this new beginning, outward sort of youth to you. Maybe you like to go on walks, perhaps. Maybe you like nature. Maybe you like animals. We do have some animals here, but not enough for me to say that that is the most of it. I think that you do have this very interesting type of mystery to you. Like mental mystery. Like there's something... Like you appear very youthful, but on the inside there might be a very deep old soul. Or in this case, still waters run deep. You might be very calm and very quiet, but deep down you've got a lot going on. We got the honeymoon card here. I think that they just see you very distant and very in a state of thought. I don't think that I get a lot of stillness despite all the youthful energy. We have someone standing here, someone looking down into there. These people are on a boat, so they're not really moving anywhere. We got someone here who's orphaned, who's simply just by themselves. You might be kind of like a very reclusive person, but not because you are antisocial. You are reclusive because you just prefer to be with yourself. You don't mind being with yourself, which is probably one of the things they find most attractive about you is you're not afraid of being alone with yourself. A lot of people can't do that. Again, they see this regeneration and this fire. And I'm thinking that either it's still related to this conflict, like somehow this person knows about your conflict and your struggles, and they are very invested in them somehow. Perhaps they're just very interested in it. But this situation, this chronic situation that you have, it could be like a past situation involving other people, other relationships. It could be abuse, or it could just be like a disability. It could be a sickness, anything like that. So even if you've been living with this for a long time, or dealing with your particular scenario for a long time, you've gotten to a point where you've mastered how to live with it, and how to teach others how to live with their own similar issues. And I think that is what they find most attractive about you, is this inner wisdom about how to guide people through challenges, because you've been there, basically. You're that person that helps people out of the river, basically. Like I had this, there's an analogy here. So when somebody gets trapped in a river, the way that, like a raging river, or a river with some rapids in it, something like that. If you have somebody who is stuck in the river, the way that you get them out is you have people form a link in their arms, and then they go down into the river, right? So you have a different range of people. There's the people that are on land, and then there are people that are knee deep in the river. They're grabbing the person who's stuck. You are the person who is the last link to the person that's stuck. You've been in the river before, you are in the river currently, and you can rescue them out of the river. That is you. So like, you have to be in the muck to get other people out of the muck. And I think that is the essence of who you are. And I think that that is wildly attractive to your person. Physically, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of blonde. Here's something interesting, and I just noticed this right now. Please, somebody, let me know if you're in a wheelchair, or if you're not ambulatory, like you can't walk, because I see the chariot here, and I know that there are people out there who I feel like, and that's the thing with these type of reads, I feel like people never really acknowledge like people who are differently abled. So if you are someone who is differently abled, I think you're being represented in here with the Chariot. So I want to know if there is somebody out there who watches this, who got this reading, because that would be some kind of amazing miracle, I think, to find this reading and have this card be here and make itself known. So please let me know. I'm so excited if that were the case. Not excited for the wheelchair part, but excited that a particular person was highlighted in my reading. That'd be really amazing. Let's see here. Orphaned. Yeah, I think I've kind of exhausted everything at this point. I'm trying to find the physical aspects of things. I am getting a lot of blonde, and I'm getting a lot of Caucasian. Excuse me. Again, the number 5. Somebody please tell me if 5 is significant. I have 4 of them right now. I have 4 5s, guys. This has to mean something. All right. That was you, group 2. This was an amazing reading, and you're an amazing person. So, of course, people would find you attractive. Unfortunately, I feel like there wasn't enough, like, physical attractiveness here. Just couldn't see it. Not like it's not there. It's just you have all these amazing, like, personal qualities as a human being that it kind of, like, outshined the physical traits. You've got, like, mental attractiveness, a lot of mental attractiveness, and inspiration. So anyway, this was a good reading though, I think. There is a lot to appreciate in you. So thank you, group 2. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you. Okay, group 3, this is you. We've got athlete. You could be very muscular. Oh, we've got advocate. I don't know. Maybe you're an advocate. What else do we got here? Milk and honey. Blessed. You could be a grateful person. Somebody who appreciates things that need to be appreciated. You're probably very imaginative too, I'm seeing. You have a good, healthy love of family, I would say. And you are a very hard worker. Maybe actually this might be a love of work. You might be just a very hard worker because this is also work. We also have the Knight of Rods, so you're both like, you have like the one of the faster knights and then the slowest knight. But I want to say that you're on the younger side, and they find that attractive. We have the Magician here, give your relationship a chance, and we have the 8 of Spades. Now the 8 of Spades is telling me there's a couple things going on here, but I want to say I don't really get any like healing vibes out of this, but I do see like medical exams. Well, maybe I think that's actually like an actual medical exam, like you get examined by a medical person. Examined, sorry, not examined. But it also could be scholastic exam. We have disappointments, unrequited love, illness, doctor, dentist, shrink, hurt feelings, investigations, reassessing your goals, wound, pain, insults, and garden, which is a public place. I'm saying, though, that maybe this reassessing your goals thing might be it, because I do have this card of choices here, so I'm thinking that maybe there's something about your life that you have had, you've had to reassess your goals at some point. I see a lot of practical work ethic, and I also see a lot of fiery, passionate, like, exciting energy here with the Knight of Wands. I think that you might be somebody who does like to get exercise, though, because this Knight of Wands is very action-oriented, and the athlete is also that very action-oriented person. We also have the Advocate here. I'm trying to think what I can pull out of this besides Advocate. But, I don't know. I think that you might actually be somebody that puts compassion into action. It wouldn't be unusual in this community, the spiritual community, for somebody to work on themselves like that. So it's very possible that you're one of those people that works on your compassion and then puts it into action, like it says. I think you might be conscientious about your diet. Perhaps you might be a vegetarian. I think, even though there's an elephant in this bowl of whatever, the soup, I don't think you intend to eat the elephant, just so you know. I think, though, that you might be some kind of vegan or vegetarian, though, because I am getting like the food vibe from this, obviously, because it's milk and honey, but I think that might be what I'm reading intuitively here. I think this person that sees you finds you attractive simply because they believe that you are meant for them. They believe that you are destined for them, because this blessed card it's like a destiny card. It's nice. It could be a soulmate card. It's like they feel that you were meant to be with them. I know some of you like the twin flame things, so there's a 22 here. I think it's actually supposed to be 11, but this is 22. I don't know. But maybe that means something to you. We've got the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups shows a very, you could be very imaginative, or somebody who has a ton of options. Like, you have so much potential, and they can see that, and they find that really attractive. And honestly, when I see these cards over here, the Knight of Coins and the Ten of Coins, I'm very strongly believing that this has to do with your potential in life. And they see that you have a lot of it, because you have this slow and steady energy. And you have a very stick-to-itiveness, tenacious is the word, that they really like. Yes. And we got the Knight of Rods. So you might be sort of, I will say you might be kind of sexy. You might dress a little sexy, actually, too. We've got over here, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnerships. I think that she's kind of like 1991 sexy, because she's got like the blue eyeshadow. But at the time when this was painted, probably, I think that they're saying that you might be very visually attractive, and if you're an athlete, that makes sense. Or if you're somebody who prides themselves in their ability to take care of their body with the milk and honey and the athlete thing, I think that you might be, it pays off. We have the athlete card, though, here. This is not just for people that are an athlete. It's actually there for people who are, it says, transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. So you could be somebody who has a handicap or some kind of situation that limits you physically, but you still manage to get through it. We do have two very mobile cards, so if there is a physical ailment, it might be like a chronic illness that doesn't really impede your mobility. So, maybe you have like colitis or something, because you have to watch your diet and everything. Stuff like that type of chronic illness, or like Crohn's or something. I'm just talking at this stage, so this might hit home for some, it might not. We got the Magician. So again, this is like more of this work card. We've got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of options and work and potential, and you have this you're very motivated, is what I see, and they just see you just taking over, whatever it is you're doing in life. They see you just kind of just dominating it, and it might be even a little bit scary how well you're doing it. Yeah, I do believe this card probably has something to do with your physical attractiveness. Perhaps you have dark hair. I don't see, or well, actually, it's interesting. We got the dark hair here, but this guy is like ghost white. So you might have incredibly light skin, like porcelain doll skin. Let's see. But yeah, I have this card here, this Eight of Spades, this illness card, remember? I think it's going to tie into this one. I think that you might be sick, or not sick. We're not going to call it sick. You're going to be chronically ill or you have a physical ailment that causes you challenges, but you get past it. But I think that you might have very voluminous hair, and they really find that pretty sexy. But yeah, but nothing is more sexy than the power of will that you have, which is kind of crazy. I want to say, okay, the magician here is a little bit more than a magician. He's kind of psychic, so maybe they sense that you might be on the intuitive side. You guys do come here and you do pick these cards, and you do have to practice your intuition in order to get the right answers on these cards when you do pick a deck and pick a card. So it's very possible that at this point you've become a little bit intuitive if you've watched enough of these, because every time you do that, it is practice. You know what your intuition feels like, and you kind of, at this stage, you can use it in a practical sense. So, yeah. That's you, group 3. I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me if that hit home. All right, we got group 4. Group 4, what do they like about you? Vampire. Ooh, you might be kind of mysterious. Student, and very smart. And, oh, you're kind of, I get a kind of like a alternative vibe from you. We got the Page of Cups. We've got the Chariot. And we have the Page of Wands. So I'm getting a lot of young energy from you. Let your friends help you. Buy the book. Between Worlds. Page of Swords. And the 10 of Wands. Let's see. What do I see here? You have a lot of this like duality here. You have light and dark in here a couple times. Because we've got white, we have a white horse and a black horse and a white horse. We have Between Two Worlds, which is like this gray and this very vibrant color here. You've got both the Page of Cups and the Page of Fire. So it's like the Page of Water and the Page of Fire. You also have the Page of Swords, which is wind. But, you know, again, these two on the same line kind of makes me think there's some kind of, you are split between two worlds or something. We have Vampire. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Okay. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. You are very no-nonsense and cerebral. You are very smart, like ridiculously smart. Like very smart is what I'm getting, because we have students, which is like somebody who's you know, studying, but also if you have gotten beyond that stage where you're not a student anymore, you're still learning. You're still pushing yourself to do things or learn new things. But you do things in a very methodical way. You do things by the book is what we're seeing here. And I think that this means that you are very, very serious. But not so serious that you can't have this childlike energy. So when you wind down, they see that you are, you have a lot of really fun energy. But if you're like in a work setting or a situation where things are very serious, you get down to business. There's no fooling around. There's no cutting corners. You do your job and you do it well. Page of Swords is this, again, this like air energy. We have, this could be, because it's air energy, I mean, I'm not going to list anything, but I mean, you could be some kind of air sign. But honestly, with this, all this, I'm getting like a Virgo energy, or Capricorn, very down to business vibe. But you do appreciate the nice moments when you don't have to be constantly in this drive mode. Let your friends help you. I think that you're well liked, despite being sort of on the scary side a little bit with the vampire card. It's like not scary and like a witch with a giant warty nose scary, but more like I think that this person can mentally destroy me in just a few words, and I'm really scared to piss them off type of scary. Especially with this Queen of Swords, or I'm sorry, Queen of Spades energy. You're smart enough that you could probably disassemble somebody mentally and ruin them if you want to. It's like a superpower that you have, I'm sure, but you don't use it because you wouldn't have this many friends. But you can do it if you want to. But I do get this feeling that you have this between worlds. Like, though you have all these friends, you don't quite belong where you are somehow. There's a sense of belonging that's missing in your life. And though these elephants are all holding their tails and getting along and staying together, I feel like that's what you want, but you don't have it really. You kind of feel like a little bit like an outcast. Though you were incredibly popular and very well renowned or something for what you do. I don't know if you're well renowned for it, but I just said it. So if it applies, it applies. If not, let it fly. The Chariot, though, this drive, a lot of drive. If you are on a physical sense, because I do see a lot of these half, it's possible you might be biracial. If not, that's fine. I think that might still just reference this between worlds energy here. You do take on a lot of tasks, but from what I see, I think you take them on well. And the Page of Swords is a writer, so you might have a really good creative ability to write or express yourself with words. Let's see here. The Queen of Swords. Emotionally controlled. Yeah, this detached feeling, I think, is what we're getting with this vampire vibe as well. This is that intimidation that people get off of you. But very smart, very skillful. You might be a foreigner or someone of like a minority descent. Leader, health specialist, conniving. No, I don't think that's you. But yeah, I don't get the vibe that you are. I mean, everybody in these decks are white. I'm so sorry. It's just the state of the card companies these days. This one's pretty good in, picking out people who are different skin tones, but for the most part, in all of these decks, usually the people are white. But I don't feel like you are. And if you are, that's fine too. This still applies to you. But for the most part, I think that there's that small percentage where this hits like home, like really, really hits home. I think those people are going to be mixed race or darker skinned. But you're very smart, for sure. You're a good writer, for sure. This is what they find attractive about you, mindly. At this stage, I'm just explaining how awesome you are to yourself. But I want to say that you've got some very good qualities. And this person likes you probably because of your brain. This person is probably turned on by intellect, for sure. For sure. I think I had another one. I like the word sapiosexual. So people that are turned on by intellect. I think the first deck had it too. Page of Wands, though. Again, I get creative energy. I get really creative energy. And I feel like that when you're the type of person who expresses their emotions, they're very deep emotions. But you know when the right time to express them is. Let's see. What else do I see here? I do think that you're a thankful person, too, because we have the bouquet here in Lenormand deck. The bouquet is like a thank yous or gifts or, gratefulness. So you might be somebody who's good at giving or receiving gifts. Did I get everything? Body type. What can I say here? This is always difficult, but I will try to see what they like about you. I think you might have a nice face, but your eyes are going to be the most expressive part. I think you might have big eyes, actually. Or your eyes are very soulful. What else do we have here? I think that while you do have this problem relating to everybody, the people that you do have around you are very close-knit. You have a lot of loyal friends. there might not a lot of loyal friends. You have a lot of friends and a few very loyal friends, which is still like it's still a lot of friends, but the ones that you have that are close are very tight knit and very hard to break, very hard to get rid of. What do we got? What do we have here? I do get a young energy here. You may be physically younger, or perhaps you know how to dress yourself, so you do look young, or you have a youthful vibe in the way that you look and dress. You could have curly black hair, possibly. I get it kind of, with the vampire card here, it's very strong. I get like an alternative sort of goth vibe, or just like somebody who likes to do that sort of dark, edgy look, someone who might wear leather. What else? What else would they find attractive about you? You might be tall or leggy, just because I saw this one here. But you also might be quite short, because we do have these, they are pages. So if you're like an adult and not like a teenager or like a young adult, you might be on the short side. And this is what they find attractive about you. So maybe they are also short. And they're like, oh, look, I finally found someone the same size as me. Yeah. You might have muscular legs, or, yeah, because we got some highlighting these legs here, and they're little weird yellow tights. So I think that maybe they like your legs. They might be kind of, muscular, possibly, because these are pretty beefy. These aren't fat people. These are definitely muscular legs. So you got like super power legs that you can like kick through walls with. Yeah. I think that's all I got out of this, guys. I hope this resonated with you. Overall, though, yeah, this is very positive. You're a very powerful person. That's what I get out of this for the most part. To sum this whole thing up, they like you because you're powerful. All right. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And we'll move on to the last one, which is deck 5. Okay. Deck 5. What do they like about you? We've got Mentor. We've got Samaritan. Oh, you're such a nice person already. We already found that out. We've got Loyal Heart. We've got Breathe. We also have Queen of Cups. Oh, there's so much going on here. That's great. I don't know where to start. Love yourself first. The Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh, you're so expressive. You are like super expressive. Movement and progress, resolving problems, communication, negotiation. You are like, somebody that is like the mediator in troubled times. People come to you with their problems. If they're fighting with somebody, they come to you when they need to get advice, or if they need you to kind of sort things out. If something is kind of beyond communication between two people, you are the communicator. These aren't swords, but I just get a very like mediator vibe, like a counselor vibe. Perhaps you are a counselor, because we do have the Queen of Cups, we do have the Knight of Cups, and I know the King of Cups is actually a counselor card, so I just don't see why the Queen of Cups can't be. You are the person everyone runs to because you're mommy. They come to you because you're the most responsible, capable person of handling their problems or guiding them through issues that they have. That's why we have the Mentor card here. You're the person who solves the problems. You're the person that guides people through their issues. You are the type of person that has a lot of love to give. You have so much love to give, and you give it to everybody. You don't just give it to a few people, or you have compassion for everyone. You are somebody who works very hard on their personal improvement. We just have this. You are the person who will sacrifice what they don't need necessarily or sacrifice what they have for someone else. And you're the type of person that will leave things behind if it means to better themselves and better their cause, better the journey. So I feel like you're doing everything to be this Queen of Cups, to be this Knight of Cups, to be this Empress. That is who you are. You're the person who sacrifices for other people, which is crazy. You're selfless. That is what this spread says to me, is you are selfless. You have the Samaritan card here. You're like Mother Teresa level selfless here. Let's see. Samaritan refines your capacity to help those who you would prefer to ignore. Yeah, so you have this for everybody. You have the patience and the love and the compassion for people that you don't even like but still need your help, and you're willing to give it to them. It's actually pretty amazing. You have this. I feel like you're one of those people that promotes self-love and also practices it. And this person can see that. This person can definitely see that. There's so much going on with you, so much that you have to give, and you're a loyal person. Like, you are generally just like a good person, and I don't think that the person that you are thinking of when you're looking at this has actually met such a genuine person. Because we got the sacrifice here, you know, like you're just that type of person, and it's so hard to find somebody that genuine. Now I see here it says good counsel, trusted advice, knowledge, reading, study, learning. You know how I said that you're the counselor? Even if you're not a counselor, you're the person people go to for counsel. We have the cross as well, which is that, remember that Mother Teresa vibe, we do have this, the cross can mean, in the Lenormand deck, it can mean struggle or strife or suffering, but I feel like in this case it's coming across more as the counselor type vibe again. Resolving problems, communion, negotiations, you are that person. And I think that's really amazing. So that's your qualities as a person. Let's see if I can isolate some physical traits that they find really attractive about you. Actually, you might be a really good kisser, or you look like you could be. And I think that might really like that. Since you have the Empress card here, I'm going to say that you might be somebody who's very voluptuous. You have those very feminine traits, like the hips and the nice chest and the thin, not thin, but smaller waist. Very feminine things, soft hair. You might just be like emanating estrogen. If you're a man, I'm sorry, you might just be very, you could be a little bit on the doughy side if you're a man, like squishy, but that's not bad at all. Not heavy, but like you're just not going to be like a beefcake. And this person likes that about you. So if you don't have those super muscular qualities, it's okay. That's not what they're into anyway. Physically, I want to say you might be Asian descent. You could also be African American descent. You could also be white, but like I said, one of my previous ones, everybody in these decks are white, so I feel like I don't even need to point that out because it'll probably be a white person watching this anyway. Yeah, but I think that there's a potential that some of you will be Asian descent or African American descent, possibly Latino. We have the loyal heart here. That's more of a trait there, but when I saw this, I'm not gonna lie, I thought of a lady's rear end. So it's possible that you might have a nice rear bumper. Let's see what else. I think that you're, try to see what else I could get here. I want to say, because I see this, I think you have like a lot of mental activity, because I do have these halos here. I'm sorry. The halos here, he's got one and she's got one. And I think the halos might be representing that you have a bit of an intuitive nature. The Queen of Cups, of course, is also intuitive. So if this person knows you, I don't know how they would know this about you, but they know that you are maybe a little bit psychic. You might be the type of person that has premonitions. You might be the type of person who has those urges, not urges, but those messages sent to you at the right time. I get a feeling that you might be the type of person who does yoga. We do have this breathe card. And two things I'm getting from this. You might be the type of person who does yoga, or you might be older. Because this is a older woman, which is actually not common in any of my decks. So I figure it's worth noting that we do have an older woman here. So if that does fit your physical description, that is something that they find attractive about you, is your maturity. Let's see here. I feel like you might have a boho, sort of bohemian style of dress possibly, but then again, these cards are very kind of geared towards bohemian style of dress, so maybe not. Except for this guy here, he's Southwestern, so... No, actually, he's Mexican. I'm sorry, it's a Santa Muerte deck, so... again, maybe you've got a Central American background, family-wise, so maybe you have a Mexican background, perhaps, if I'm taking note of that, or some kind of Spanish-speaking country type of background. Do we have anything else here? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's everything here. Trying to see if I can find any things that point out, that come out to me here. I think one of you might have like a tummy, like everywhere else is like really nice, but you have maybe a little tummy, and I think that your person that's interested in you likes it. I think they like it. Now, by the way, though, if you are a man, I feel like I didn't give enough descriptors for men. If you're the Empress, if you're a man, the Empress just simply means that you have a very nurturing capability. You're not like a mother or anything. It's not that you're feminine. It's just you have the ability to take care of people. You might also be good with plants. That could be for both men and women. And then if you're a man, the Queen of Cups can easily be seen as the King of Cups, which is pretty much the same thing, honestly. Same vibe there as well. Yeah. Your occupation could be healing. Mental healing, physical healing. Yeah. Another person in here that's older. So you might be older. You might be older. Not all of you. I think that's it. But, oh yeah, a lot of wisdom here too, because we do have the owls. So that just kind of reinforces that whole counseling wisdom sort of thing. All right, that's the rest of the reading for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. I will hopefully do another one of these in the future, because these are always really fun. All right. Thank you again. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.